Here's a before video of this little Kenmore Magic Blue DX, which I want to lovingly call the Goblin Vacuum because it's just so small. But I also want to call it that because this thing is kind of wrecked, and the motor's destroyed in it. In fact, we'll actually be doing a motor replacement today. I've got a new motor from eBay. We're going to pop this disgusting little bag out of here and throw that in the garbage. It's pretty rough. I've already been in this thing once, and it was completely dead on arrival. Turns out the cord reel, the contacts were destroyed, but once I cleaned those up, it actually got power, but then the motor promptly self-destructed because of obvious damage. This thing sucked up moisture at one point, so yeah. So it's going to be quite an adventure to clean up and restore and replace the motor, but I've got the power nozzle and the hose, and it's a really cute little thing. I think it's going to be fun to fix. It's a really cute little vacuum, and I think it'll come out good. But yeah, this is just supposed to be the before, give you an idea of what it looks like. And over here, ooh, don't want it to roll off or some shit. Let me see, the hose is here. Ta-da. And over here in the project corner, there's the power nozzle, which I love the fact that this power nozzle literally says Wessel-Werk on the bottom, which is amazing. And then the canister itself, of course, is made by LG. But yeah, so this will be a fun restoration, hopefully. Guess which motor's the one that it came with? I'll give you a hint. Yeah, this is after I scraped a good chunk of corrosion off just to test it. It's hard to really demonstrate it, but the commutator's just fucked. Like, this one's not amazing, but you know, it's pretty standard for a vacuum motor this age. This is like 20 years old. Yeah, this motor's just ruined. It's had a hard life, but yeah. On to the new. We're not going in for reassembly. It took forever for all this foam to dry. This thing uses an excessive amount of foam for insulation, and I don't think it's filtration because this stuff doesn't really filter, but it's definitely for sound dampening because around the motor there was actually this big rubber thing. I don't like that. We're going to emit that, and the reason we're going to emit that is the new motor I bought came with this piece attached to it. Now, this is how it's supposed to attach, just like that, but apparently a different revision did away with this and replaced it with just this, so the motor will sit there with nothing more than this foam ring around it. And I'm going to keep it that way because as old as this machine is, I don't want it to overheat because 75 layers of foam and rubber because we want it to be just a little bit quieter, or we want to pretend it filters. Let's be honest, this thing is not going to be some HEPA masterpiece. Look how tiny that back compartment is. I might replace some of this foam. I don't know, like, see, that was supposed to go. This is a mess, but yeah, I'm going to start the reassembly process and not start a fire. After replacement motor, lots of cleaning, hours of hard work, and reassembly frustrations, this 2000 Kenmore Magic Blue DX is now complete. It's scary that this vacuum is 21 years old. The fact that 2000 was 21 years ago mathematically doesn't sound scary, but yeah. Anyway, it didn't turn out terrible. This one was worn out. This machine's been through a lot. Plastic work it looks really good on camera actually, but it looks like shit in real life. It's just really scuffed up, and this plastic just looks gross. I don't know why. The hose also has kind of a dingy appearance to it. Plastic Magic Eraser did some good work on it. I gotta re-glue this still, but whatever. There's your controls. Wand is nice and shiny still though, so that's something. Little Wessel-Werk. Power nozzle cleaned up pretty good. Let's look at the underside of that. Yeah, there we go. That cleaned up really well. Decent set of bristles on it. It actually does a pretty good job grooming this really thick carpet, even though these are pretty soft bristles. They're not Wessel-Werk, Wessel-Werk, rather. Yeah, there's that. It's even got German writing on it. Let's see. The vacuum itself is an interesting little canister, again, made by LG for Kenmore. The back compartment is obnoxiously small. It's like Electrolux intensity levels is small. It's not horrible to maneuver. Honestly, I find myself wanting to pick it up when I use it more than drag it because it's just, the hose is a little short. But it is actually pretty powerful. It's not a super big motor in there, but it uses its power well. Really weird thing, and I thought there's something wrong with it, but I honestly think this is how it's supposed to be. The vacuum is off. Okay, it doesn't get much more off than that. It's it's like a central vacuum hose, almost. Like you can control the power nozzle independently of the vacuum. I don't know. Now, the original Magic Blue, the non-DX, didn't have a power nozzle. So obviously, this was an afterthought down to the very last. So, it's interesting. When I turn it on here, you're going to hear the power nozzle slow down as I turn the suction up because it really starts to grip the carpet. So if I turn on the power nozzle first, and the vacuum itself. It's got good suction. I remember seeing an advertisement for it, and Kenmore talking about it's like the suction of a full-sized canister in a small body, and it's true. I mean, it's a little thing, but it's got pretty good suction. Cord length is average for a canister. I have the original motor somewhere. I think it's in this box with another Electrolux motor that I very carefully took apart. Yeah, this is the original, but it's early 2000s upright vacuum size, so yeah. But I figure that's a pretty neat little vacuum. Fun restoration, fun vacuum. I mean, no, the restoration was not fun, but it was a fun product. But yeah, now it gets to go to the house and do a big vacuum of the house and see how it goes.